Hi, I'm Joey Chan, and I'm here to talk about the big history behind steel. Steel in nature. Steel itself is a man made object, but the materials which come to make up steel come directly from natural processes. Steel is a mixture of the elements iron and carbon, as well as a few other elements, which are really insignificant. Both carbon and iron were introduced through the deaths of stars, so without the star life cycle and stars dying, carbon and iron would not exist. The origins of iron. When organisms first started using the sun for energy through photosynthesis, the Earth's oceans began to fill with oxygen, and some of this oxygen mixed with the iron which was dissolved in the water, which caused the creation of hematite and magnetite, which solid iron can be extracted from. The origins of coal. Coal is the key material in steel as it possesses carbon, which will strengthen iron. Coal comes from the leftover matter of prehistoric plants, which become buried over time. This causes the matter to change into coal over millions and millions of years from the pressure and heat from the earth. Steel was first discovered in the 13th century. Blacksmiths discovered that if iron was left in the coal furnace, it would become stronger over time. This was because at high temperatures, iron can actually absorb carbon from the coal they were burning and create an alloy. This alloy was far stronger than iron. If over 0.3% carbon was absorbed, it would become very brittle and would shatter easily. Humans came up with the solution though, which was to heat the alloy and let it cool again, and this took away the brittleness. This is called tempering. When steel first began to be used, it was really expensive. Because of this, it was saved mainly for sharper weaponry and tools, as well as armor. The Bessemer process, which was introduced in the 1850s, allowed steel to become far more accessible, leading to an explosion in the way steel can be used. Steel is found in railways, which can bring humanity closer together than ever before. Skyscrapers and other building infrastructure such as stadiums, guns and other weaponry such as tanks, changing the ways that wars are fought, and very sharp and precise tools, which help surgeons and other jobs which required precision. Steel can be linked to three major thresholds of increasing complexity. Firstly, we have threshold 3. As mentioned previously, without the stars dying and creating new chemical elements such as carbon and iron, steel would not have the elements to exist. Secondly, the entire steelmaking process is complex, but people built upon each other's knowledge of iron absorbing steel and the brittleness to create the process of tempering, which allowed for the strong and efficient steel we have today. This is an effective example of Threshold 6, collective learning, as it may have even accelerated collective learning in some ways, thanks to its uses in transportation. Lastly, we have Threshold 7, agriculture. Without the abundance of food that agriculture provides, there would have been less people who are specializing in blacksmithing, and since the discovery of steel originates from blacksmithing, it would have taken much longer to discover steel if there were fewer blacksmiths. In conclusion, ever since its discovery, steel has changed humanity in many different ways. Steel allows for humanity to achieve feats which may have never been possible to do before, such as skyscrapers, massive bridges, and other architectural projects. It may have also changed the way armies fought by introducing tanks and other new weapons. Thanks to railways and bridges, steel made getting places easier than ever, which accelerated collective learning, and steel will continue being important to humanity as different steel types are being discovered today and people are constantly finding new uses for them.